Hey there, welcome back. Just load in the game here so we can continue. My dog and I enjoyed a nice lunch. So now we're ready to play some more. I got football playing on mute in the background. It's a good day. Alright, we're going to... We got another short rest. We do have some damage.
With haste.
We're going to move forward. I think we'll be okay. This is what gets me in trouble, by the way, is when I push it like this. We probably have plenty of supplies to just take long rest right now and not worry about it. Alright, as you can see, it's getting really weird.
Off about
Creature
this
of the
tree.
dark staking its claim.
And of course, this creature of the dark, all these tracks. We already killed it. That's the thing that popped out of the ground. That's what I'm saying, it's just so bizarre. I think my going backwards, like, messed the game up. So, you can see we got these little mushrooms here that, shoot out a bunch of spores. Then we can pull the crap out of everything. Now this here is an anti-magic. It's called a Susur Bloom. If you have it, you can't cast any spells. Or if you're near it, nobody else can either. So it's really great to walk up against, you know, a mage and have one of these in your inventory, and basically they can't cast spells unless they back away from you. What I did last time is I collected these and I was carrying them around with me, and there was one spot where it is handy to have these in your inventory.
Chill runs through you. Your magic, the fire that burns within, is fading. Your magic erupts, violent and powerful.
Something's wrong. Your mana betrays you. What curse has this plant wrought? Then I shall make up for your shortcomings, as I have all along.
You're as modest as you are warm.
Sarcasm. Now come and be heedful.
Alright, so as you can see, like, there's this anti-magic field. Now, you can run around with it, or you can just right-click on it and say send to camp. And then boom. It's gone. So we are good. One thing that's real easy to miss when you're coming up through here is this little stairway down, or the roots. It's not so easy to miss when you have this big, because you know you got a quest up here, but sorry about that. Okay. I can't speak, or otherwise it's gonna make me cough. Alright, we are going to have Lizel be the hero here. So as you can see, there's a giant patch. I mean, just going near them makes them explode. And they're gonna make all their little puffy puffs stuff come out. There's an altar here to Loth. So there's some pretty okay items over here.
No. Bad idea.
This is the one thing that you're looking for. It's the only place in the game I know of that you can find this. And this is the aimless husband in the middle of all this. And there's a torch. So if these things all go off, that torch is going to cause all of it to explode. This is just a giant exploding field. And if all these explode, that noble stock gets destroyed. So if you really want that noble stock, you got to figure out how to get to it without these things happening, without that exploding. So it's quite a challenge.
Stop! Stop, people! Bang! These mushrooms! Toxic! Scroll! Escape! My bag, please! I've dropped it somewhere! Yes! That's... Yes!
Oh, I didn't know it. See, this is when you have one in your hand, you can just throw it to him. Let's do that. This is awesome. I've never done this before.
Ah! Oh! I just have to... Be
He's out.
God!
Alright,
can
that's at
finally
least
breathe.
one problem.
We must speak.
Ah! Right, as, what were you saying? Tell it. I must...
So you can see they don't go off unless you're really asking for it. So you stick around. So let me show you what you normally do if you don't have the scroll. Inside of his pack is going to be the scroll of Misty Step. And of course this torches your enemy. So one of the things we can do is do the Get Yankee jump. But see, these Misty Steps are perfect because you can just go anywhere that you can see. And if you stand right where he was standing, none of these go off. So there's a safe zone right in the middle. But I'm not going to pretend to tell you that you shouldn't save because this is easy. It's not. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and do. So now her jump is awesome. So we can come up to here. What you want to do is you want to pick up that torch. And then that's just a matter of trying to click. And I can't. And actually, I made a boneheaded mistake. Here, I'll show you an easier way to do it. Excuse me. The easier way to do it is go into turn-based mode. That was so like I jumped and I'm trying to click and my mouse was just not letting me do it. Alright, I'm gonna enter turn-based mode. And now you can do everything as precisely as you need to. So pick up that torch so there's no fire. Come over here. You get some food. You get 2 Misty Steps. Perfect. And as you can see, I don't have the ability to get to where I need to go, but I do have dash. So I'm going to dash right here to the middle. And that should be good enough. So the environment takes its turn. I'm going to go ahead and exit turn base. So what I want to do is I want to get that, and then I want to get out here. So again...
I know what to do.
It almost doesn't even matter. Misty Step. I could have made that cleaner. I could have gone into turn-based mode again, picked this up. I would swear there was something else here. Yeah, I can see there's an Esmeltar Red, which is a pretty rare wine, I guess. Those candles, of course, would cause this whole thing to blow. So yeah, this whole thing, now that I've gotten the bone stock, it's no big deal.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
This is why the PC requirements are so high for this game. explodes, there is a safe spot right up here in the corner. Now, like I said, the noble stock would have been destroyed. But we already picked it up. The items that are over here, like that Esmeltar Red, is still fine.
Time
So
to
now,
press ahead.
we can just walk right through the field. Grab whatever we want. So I didn't have to get greedy and come back here like I did. So there's a cup of oil. There's not much else. Right, so now I'm going to go ahead and short rest.
That should more than suffice.
Okay, so we saved the husband. One second. Sorry, I had to cough. Like I was saying in the couple videos ago, I've been unable to record. Alright, so we're gonna head back. We rescued the husband. Let's go get the credit for it and progress that story along. And then we got some more things to do.
The mushroom?
I knew I was forgetting something.
What?
Sorry, love.
Absolutely worthless. Might as well go myself.
I should speak up.
My friend, Bibberbang. Next time. More careful next time, for certain. Thank you for your help. Me too. Yeah, someone's got to look after Derek. Anyway, what were you saying? The shop. The shop needs all we find. Bone cloaks. Baldur's Gate. Anything from... anything sourced here. Very high rate of profit. My words get away from me. You'll have to ask Derek. Shit, noble stock. Yes. And the ledge. Yes. I was on a ledge. Crumbled to bits. And I tumbled down. Mushroom. Powerful. Derek one. He's very good, my Derek. Very good at a brew.
Okay, I don't know if I want to show it to him. Because I don't want to give it to him. The cheat uses this to keep him docile.
Did you take that? Derek wants it very badly. Very, very badly indeed.
Noblesdock is known to cure things, so you could actually use this to cure him. That's a very interesting idea. So the person I gave it to was Shadowheart. I was doing romance with Shadowheart in that playthrough. I gave her the Noblestalk because her hand flares up every time she does something good. Because she's technically a follower of Shar. And, you know, we're doing good things, goody two-shoe stuff. So I think we gave her the Noblestalk to cure her of that pain. Very interesting. I'm actually gonna... let's do some research here. 1 second. Here, I might as well show you what I'm looking at. There's 4 options for the Noblestalk. Eat it yourself. As a dark urge, it clears your memory a bit, showing you a vision of what you used to be up to. Give it to Shadowheart, which is what I did. It clears her memory, showing a vision of her past, giving you both approval and romantic support. Rapport, I mean. It also says that her hand wound is cured, but you're not sure. Because, yeah, later in the game it tells you you have to choose to cure her hand wound, or she has to live with it for the rest of her life, and you could save her parents or something goofy like that. The hand wound events still come up even after you give it to her, which is why I gave it to her. So I gave it before the break. Some of the story immersion, yes, that is true. So if you give it to Dareth, her shop is open in Act 3 where she can sell you 3 more. use them on myself just like above, or would it have no effect? Okay, guy's asking a question. And then give it to Balin, which is the one I'm considering. He turns into a right prick. And he was a very abusive and cruel person. Dareth leaves him and is grateful to you for catalyzing it. Okay, so he got it a little bit wrong. Dareth is actually the one. He is, yes, a right prick. But Dareth is the one causing him to be clouded, because then she doesn't mind being his wife when he's that way. So then he's asking, what they're considering is, should he just give it to Dareth, then buy more from her to take for himself and Shadowheart later? Because otherwise you're, that's a really great question. The quest will have been marked complete in Act 2. If you pickpocket it back, it does not affect Dareth's quest completion tag in your journal. However, if you do, she will not have the extra noble stock for sale in Act 3. It was some really cool stuff in Act 3. It didn't affect the hand wound much. This is a great question. I can't imagine what she says would be any different. Make her eat it before doing her personal quest. Okay. And meet in the middle. Alright, I'm going to read some more. I won't bore you with. Okay, I'm actually torn on what to do. So, obviously, if we help him, it says that she ends up thanking you, because they do divorce. He'll run the shop. She'll be working in some tavern.
70
and she
years
thanks you.
of terror.
But
For what?
if you give it to her, she'll keep him docile, and they will have more to sell when you run into them in Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate, by the way, is Act 3. We're still in Act 1 right now. The thing is, the dialogue to give it to Shadowheart is before you get to Act 3. And the question becomes,
of course,
if you give it to her, and then they sell more of them in Baldur's Gate, and you buy them then, can I give it to Shadowheart at that point? And the answer is maybe. I mean, I don't... You know what? I'm not going to lose
Shouldn't have
sleep
wished
over
to
this.
live in more interesting
I gave it to
times.
Shadowheart. It cures her
That old idiot.
issue with the hand. The thing is the game still
Moving
involves her hand causing pain quite often. It comes up over and over again. But,
What's next, I wonder?
right now, her hand is not showing up on here as an issue. Like, these are all the things that are affecting her. And you can see, like, she has a fear of wolves, for example. But the thing with her hand is not showing up on here. The mushroom will cure that if it does start to show up on here. And I think the hand gets progressively worse as we do more and more good things.
Bloody worthless.
But
At least things have
let's just
stayed
see how this
interesting.
plays out. We're going to go ahead and give it to her.
Look at that. Got my youth. I suppose that's your. His hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough. Please, Balin's got a job to do. We can leave when he's done it. Love? Never heard of it. Balin's meek now, but he used to be a rotten old bastard.
There we go.
Treated me like an old shoe for 70 years. Losing his mind was the only good he ever did by me. Collecting noble stock. Valuable mushroom. We've a shop in Baldur's Gate. The locals go mad for it. Nearly nothing it can't cure. Blindness, poison, hair loss. Probably. But Balin in his right mind wasn't worth half a half of noble stock. I know him better than anyone. Got the scars to prove it. Ah. To no surprise of mine, you're more... Go on then. Hand it over. Loads. But I haven't got anything to offer for it. And I'm counting on the shrew. Give it or don't.
Like, she's like a jerk. That's why I didn't give it to her last time. I kept it. No, I can say give me something or I'll toss you. Like I said, I gave it to Shadowheart last time. We'll go ahead, let's see how this path goes. That's the whole point of playing multiple playthroughs, right?
Thanking you. I'll be on my... Look, I do thank you. Come visit me in Baldur's Gate if you find yourself that way. I run a shop called Bone Cloaks. You take care out here.
Alright, and then she does give us some gloves, which does extra damage if you do throw attacks. And improvised weapons. Not the best thing in the world.
These boots have seen everything.
A spear, or it's not a spear, it's a glaive, maybe a trident, where you can throw it. It hits enemies and it actually has a splash damage, and then it comes back to your hand. Like, you don't even have to go, you can just throw it and throw it and throw it, and it always comes back to your hand. I could see how that would be nice, because it adds 1d4 damage. So, everybody still hates my wolf. It's alright. Let's go. We got one more big battle coming up, and then we're gonna have to do a long rest after that battle, because it will not be a fun
I'll take that.
big battle. Don't need to be stingy with our spell casting. We're gonna go right on up and just cast our mother load to kill these guys. Alright, one of these is not a problem. But there's like 2 or 3 more, as you can see one here. There's also a mage sleeping, I think up here. He's the biggest threat of them all.
With finesse.
Humans are always the bigger threat. The animals. Right.
They're dying for me. All of them.
Wait, that lightning damage was pretty rocket. And then our wolf died. Let's get another one out. What should we use this time? I actually think the raven is the right companion for this area. Eventually, the pets have the ability to
My energy
heal people,
wanes.
like help them
Time to
recover
rest.
from being KO'd. Pretty cool.
Looking ahead. Can't slow down.
Little teleporter here, so we can immediately come back. Right, we know for a fact that one of them was up on the tree here. I don't even know where the guy is that we're fighting. He's up above us. It's not, like, you can't zoom the camera out enough to even see the guy. You can try to walk the camera up the tree, and you can maybe see him that way, right? Or just click, and then the camera finally fixes itself properly. So,
What
a little
now?
annoying, but it works. Well, lightning really did do a lot of damage to those guys, so should we try it again? This time I only did 5, but that's okay.
Victory awaits.
Can't afford to let up.
That's pretty good. Alright, we got another one. We're gonna... did not mean to send to camp. That gets rid of that.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
I don't think there's anything up here to get. I mean, obviously we can loot this guy. There's another one of those flowers. Right here. This is what we're looking for.
I got the plans and the Sousa bark. Now I need somewhere to craft it all.
Alright, so we ended up getting... There's a thing called the Masterwork Weapon. Now we need to head back to the forge. Somewhere in here, I think I still had the plans for the... These are the faded blueprints. There was real blueprints somewhere. I may have sold them, or maybe I just didn't find them proper. But basically, there is a masterwork weapon that you can forge, and this was one of the primary pieces that you needed for it. And, oh my gosh, they killed, or no, I was gonna say they didn't kill him. There he is, right there. Philro the Forgotten. He's part of the party that's trying to find the Grim Forge. See, there's one down here, there's one over here, and then there's that jerk. But right now, the one we're at battle with is the one down here. Why did... my path is interrupted. That's too far. Can't get too close to that. Concentration got broken somehow. I don't know how. What the heck just happened? Fat miss. What that does is that gives a boost to my range attack, but seriously limits the amount of movement points I get, which is fine. I can improve my chances if I shut off my bonus damage.
I will ascend. Taking position.
Can't give up.
Got to move.
Okay. Damage is excellent.
This will do nicely.
Nothing will stand in my way. Cutting to the chase.
We're still not fighting this guy. Go. Finally up against these guys, so I'm gonna try this. Did 5 damage to each. Wasn't very exciting, was it?
Another fight. Let's go.
Right. We gotta send this to camp, or otherwise we can't cast a spell. And the lightning spell is gonna hit both of them. Killed that guy. Whew. That was excellent.
I'm coming for you.
I am fury. I am death. In my best interest.
Not quite.
Focused.
See all these little plants? Usually they burn. That was a mistake on my part.
Got to move.
It's okay. She doesn't really have... Wow. Yeah, that's what he meant by a bigger battle. Looking for the invisible person. That always takes time. Let's try this curse thing. That's pretty cool. What does it do? Others have advantage. See how I can do 4 of them now?
I miss this.
There she be.
What's in here? Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
One true way.
Alright.
Time to pack it in for the day, I think.
So all of our investigation failed after looking at that, but it all has to do with that forge thing again. Happy-eating gnome. And a bunch of food.
This'll do.
Okay, there's something that's always been gnawing at me. See how we have this icy crystal? I'm gonna give it to him.
I've got a long road ahead.
So we have an icy crystal, an icy helve, and icy metal. See that? There it is. I never do this. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. Excellent. So what did we just make? A very rare quarterstaff. When dealing cold damage, the wielder deals an additional 1. Dealing cold damage with a spell inflicts chilled. It also comes with Ray of Frost, which I already technically have. It's not horrible. This would actually be best if it was a mace that the priest was using, because she has all the cold spells. Like, look at my cold spells. I have Ray of Frost, which is the only cold spell I have. I mean, I could, if I level up, I can learn other spells that do cold damage. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It always nagged me that I would find those parts and never knew what to do with them. Okay, so another mystery solved that I've never never figured out before until this playthrough.
Open up.
Alright, so next thing that's up.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Okay, so we do have an axe. I need like a scimitar type thing. Maybe a longsword.
Can't give up now.
Make more sense, but
at the ready.
now that we got the scissor tree bark, we could make a weapon. And then of course this is the lair of that thing that popped out of the ground.
The rock under your feet juts upwards, in memory of Myrna, a shining light in this dark world.
Of course we're gonna dig.
As you dig, you slowly expose the skeletal remains.
Right, so now we got a dog collar. And the use for that will come apparent soon. So we've more or less gone in a circle. So as you can see, by doing the circle, we went around, and now we're ready to come back. And then this is the, where we did the big fight. So we actually are getting to the point where we're ready to do the tower, and then we're ready to hop on the boat and go. Because the whole map is more or less cleared, other than this little small patch of dark, which I don't think matters one bit. So we'll go ahead and clear that small patch of dark.
Anything of use?
So far, a dead Dweger and a dead mushroom. Not much else. Okay, we are going to have to trade. So let's trade with this guy first.
Is my species evolving?
Oh, encumbered.
What's up for discussion?
Welcome back. Have you made... I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
He doesn't have what I'm looking for. I need a longsword. As much as I like this very rare item... Oh, he still only has 27 bucks.
Very well.
We might have to go long run first. Now what, Gale?
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon.
Ooh, we can give him the very rare. I've never done that before. I think we've talked about this before. I don't know if the rarity of the item matters. But you know what? I was just getting ready to sell it. Let's do it.
Thank you. Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It might just be about you have what one might call a wizard prodigy.
Going through it too fast.
Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale?
I'm intrigued.
Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a town. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms. Until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? You know me. My gestures can never be grand enough. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book bound. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pants its teeth, its claws. It's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. were it ever to fully destabilize, however. Rather worse. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. Every waking moment. Every dreaming moment, too. All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. That is a great relief. Oh, you truly are a soul that steals my own. I thank you all. I understand if you... I stand at a precipice. But if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist now. Even I am tired.
Okay, so lots of interesting story. We're not really using Gale much in this game. In my playthrough, he was my wizard. He's a nice, good character. Like, he always approves doing good things. So does Will, by the way. Even though Will makes deals with devils and stupid stuff like that, he's a person who believes in good but does dumb things. Gale believes in good but is smart. There's the difference. It is interesting, and this little orb thing goes all the way to the end. I said a bunch of spoilers at the end of the last video, and I don't want to bring those up again, but basically, what he's doing and that orb that's inside of him is tied to the stuff at the end, and a lot of stuff is going to come out. You'll have to make some choices. One of the things that's going to come very soon is you're going to see the Goddess Mystra is actually going to ask him to self-destruct that orb to try to basically end this this absolute threat, which it does work, but it also ends your game, and it's not a very satisfying game end, but it would work. It definitely would. Okay.
Let's get going.
Alright,
here goes nothing.
This encumbrance thing going on. It's annoying.
You carry a Githyanki relic. I will have an explanation. Or your head.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again.
It's always nice to see two ladies in pajamas arguing with each other. Stop squabbling, both of you. I guess we could do that.
Remove yourself if you are so easily offended.
Nonsense. You're just finally showing us what you really are.
Spare your indignity. Every word that spills from your mouth is worth less than the last. Incorrect. Judicious bloodletting settles feuds and roots out the weak.
Do you hear this, tribe? Our lives are at stake, and she wants us to...
No others. Just you and me.
Lozelle thinks I have something important to her people. She's deluded.
Lies. She carries an heirloom of my people. I must know why. The bad blood must be purged.
You mean I'd get to prove you wrong and thrash? Get some rest, Lozelle. You had every chance to look the other way. But here we are. You chose...
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be mourned.
I don't want her killing my paladin.
She's a liability. It's the artifact we need, not her.
Let me up, and I'll show you.
Can I do that, Lozelle?
Never.
Loosen the grip on your pride for one blasted moment, won't you? We needn't be enemies. There's plenty of those to go around.
What would you have? That we be friends?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But imagine what we might achieve if we channeled some of that hostility back at our real foes, instead of each other. They wouldn't stand a chance.
They do actually become best buds now because of this. Which is the funny thing. Because that's actually... I hate the stereotype, but that's actually how men resolve their differences. They punch each other, and then they buy each other a beer afterwards. I'm not quite sold on the idea that women resolve their issues this way, but you know, I'm not one myself, so maybe I'm attributing a trait to men that isn't just unique to them.
Have you spoken with Skris lately?
Alright, so we did our rest.
Yes.
Welcome back. Have you made an... I do enjoy a good bargain.
And there you go, his money's
If
back.
anything in my private collection is to your liking.
I'll get rid of our encumbrance. Those faded blueprints aren't needed. I always save these in case somebody dies. Don't need the animal speaking. Don't need the sleep. Alright, I know I'm carrying stuff that I could sell. A blast pendant being one of them. That should be enough to at least remove my encumbrance. It's a nice axe. I probably should be keeping those arrows.
Very well.
Alright. So, I need another person, and I don't remember if the road might actually be empty now. I mean, I think the tieflings left, but our main person should still be there. What I mean by main person, I mean the...
Have we buried the hatchet, Lae'zel?
The druid
No.
that we
Why would
buy
I
and
bury
sell
a
to.
weapon? Is it broken?
It's a metaphor.
I do not know your metaphor, but if you need help
Bury the
digging,
hatchet.
I will find a shovel. Peace.
So, I don't know, maybe we could still go find the note that shows that she was in with the Shadow Druids? I honestly don't know. It's actually maybe worth trying.
So it's true. You
This is
scattered the
dude.
goblins. Peace can finally return to this of course.
I know we sold him a million things. One of them's gotta be a longsword. Here it is. 76 bucks. Way overpriced longsword. And then if there was a sickle, could use one of those too, but I don't see any sickles. Which is fine. There we go. Always get money out of the deal.
May you keep...
Alright, why am I doing all this? Well, we are now going to the Blighted Village.
I've been watching you fight, Shadowheart. Your skills are improving.
My skills were just fine to begin with. You can save the compliments.
I don't pay compliments. I make observations.
See, now they're like, they're still being catty women, but they're talking and getting along. So this is the forge, not the, so this is the thing. This is the Master Forge, not the Grim Forge. So the Grim Forge is the thing we're going to get on the boat and go take care of. This is the Master Forge. And as you can see here, we ended up burning the ladder, but we still went up and emptied the chest of all of its goodies. And if you were really smart, you would leave the... because I think there was a longsword and everything you needed here.
Let's have a look.
So, what you do... I honestly can't remember what you have to do, but just give me a second. I think we have to go to... there we go. So we click on the melting furnace.
Time to get this thing fired up.
Alright, and then we...
Assume nothing.
to find the tree bark, wherever that tree bark went. Note I was looking for... Alright, who has the tree bark? I didn't just sell it, did I? That would be so embarrassing. There it is. I have the tree bark. Just couldn't see it.
No time to rest.
There we go. Okay, now for a greatsword, dagger, or sickle. I bought a longsword. Ah! I need a greatsword.
Blackets will be done.
I wonder if I can use this one, the Sword of Justice. Well, the good news is the game doesn't punish you for...
Let's try this way.
We could do a dagger. Never considered the dagger. Because we're going to find better greatswords. So the greatsword will mute a wizard. Basically, it silences them. We're going to find better ones, so we're going to pretty much stop using this greatsword. The thing is the only person who uses a dagger is the ranger, and the ranger's always going to use a bow. So I'm not sure I see any value in the dagger.
We'll see what I can learn.
Maybe more valuable.
It'll take a while for us all to recover. Of course.
Alright, so instead of a longsword, we need a greatsword. I'm sure we have sold many to this guy. Short sword. Oh my gosh, we never sold him a greatsword? Great axe. Wow. Well.
May you
Definitely
keep...
makes things weird. Well, whatever the sword is, it's better than this one. So let's try. See if we could use a magical greatsword.
No, never mind.
It won't let us. Yeah, I greatsword.
Assume nothing.
One that does not already have magical properties.
Without delay.
Like, there's a chance that I didn't fully loot this place. But it looks like I did. So you can see there's a light hammer, a spear. I bet you any money there was a greatsword amongst all this nonsense. And even if I go through this hole, I don't think that matters. It's gonna help me any. Yeah, this takes me into where the spiders are. No greatswords back here either. Alright. Where else do we have this merchant? I wasn't looking for a greatsword with him.
Progressing.
Not well. The nutrition
I
my
will be
species
heard.
receive.
Ah, a visitor. I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Nope.
Very well.
I know he has stuff to sell, but
Greetings. What knowledge do
my
you
gosh.
seek?
yeah, don't talk to him as a good Yankee.
Have you spoken with Skris lately?
I'm just going through my mind of where another merchant is. There was the tiefling merchant that fixed what's
Look
her
at
name's
that.
armor.
I suppose his hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough.
Nothing.
Better wait till...
Joaquin's Rest, no. Goblin Camp was a yes until we attacked them. Nothing there. Nothing there. It is possible the tiefling guy is still there, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, there's nothing. The Zentarum, we killed all of them. So, absent a greatsword, there's nothing I can do about that. Very interesting. Never been so short on greatswords before. But anyways, you go there and you make one. And is it a great sword? No. In fact, I do not recall ever equipping it at all. And by the time I made it in my last playthrough, I was happier with my other weapons. But I'm going to stop here and pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. The only thing you missed is they walk down these stairs. We're heading as if we're going to the,
That might be worth a look.
Worth examining.
we found a burrow. Backpack. And within that backpack, some items. Okay. So this is heading towards the Hag's place. But instead of going to the Hag's, we're going to turn, I believe, south. Now, being mindful that there's still traps in the water, but I think we at least cleared this part out. We went down this exact path, and then we came up here to loot all of this, but instead of going the direction we went, we're heading here to the circle. I'm going to go ahead and save this, because this circle was not the easiest thing in the world to manage. So we're going to jump. Make sure everybody else gets over. ones that it summoned also dies. So try not to focus on the ones that are summoned. So if you ask me, it's the young mud mephit. Killed 2 more. Alright, so that was a good
Survival is all that matters.
I actually don't know what to do. I'm too far away to get anything. I guess I'll just move a little bit closer. Same deal with this. Just fly him in. It's nice to get out of the mud, if you can. I want to do this. One of the spells that always has like a big range, and I never get to use it. But now it looks fun.
No choice but to keep going.
Alright. So you can see he's wet. We wanna do a nice 34 damage to him. That's not bad at all. And our bird looks like we're muddy.
Concentrate. Let's make this quick.
Got the storm happening, but we can just cancel it here.
No one stopped me yet.
Should be fairly benign route.
Best be on my way.
But walk around this stump.
Must be the tree from the note to Korga. What's that cleft there?
See, this does not show up until you walk into this nonsense. So I took that, and now I have a letter that she's affiliated with the Shadow Druids. She would become first druid. There is a chest over here as well.
Eager for battle.
Which has gloves. When I hit with an unarmed attack, the wearer gains 2 lightning charges. So this whole lightning thing I think is supposed to be for, you know, if you're a monk. Because you have the staff, right? That generates charges. This, if you hit with an unarmed attack, you gain charges. You have the boots that would give you charges. I think it's meant to be for a
Quickly
monk.
then.
And of course we're slowed down here because of all the mud. And then up here, there's a few items. It's super exciting. Nothing up here.
Worth examining.
Alright, we don't have to walk back. We can just jet on out. So actually, the first thing we want to do is go to our camp. Because what's-his-face is here. Elson.
All's well that ends. Oh, not as bad as it could have. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
Where do you want to go to Moonrise Towers? Like, none of these have to do with Kaga.
Hopefully. I've chosen a successor as first druid. Francesca of the High Forest. Wrath has promise, but the Grove needs to... This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and... Indeed.
Right, I don't need that. We've been through all these questions before.
Wonderfully. I'll miss my books. But I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand. Is that so? Well, nature does abhor waste.
Okay. He makes an uncomfortable pass at you. So does Will. Will even dances like a ballerina, which is doubly uncomfortable. And then, I swear there was a third one. Well, Astarion is quite uncouth as well.
Pave my path with corpses. Build my castle with bones.
Alright, so here we go. We're going in again. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk to Francesca. Like I said, this is something you usually expose Kaga. You actually go to Loth or whatever his name is. We're gonna go try to... I'm not gonna try to confront her yet. That'll be the last thing we do. I'm gonna end up in a fight.
Here we go.
Now that Halcyon... I hope whatever rot was lurking in her heart can... That explains a great... But I will leave that for Halcyon to judge. He is first druid.
That's the part where this feels broken. So he's leaving that to Halcyon. Now he did leave this. The thing is where's she standing? Clearly she's not in there. And maybe the quest is just done. And there's nothing I can do about it. Always a possibility. While we're at it, we'll see if that tiefling is gone. He should be, because all the kids are gone. The strange ox is the only ox left behind. Also funny. Yeah, the tiefling should be gone here. So I know he left somebody in charge of the grove, I just don't know where that somebody is. And the thing is, she's probably around here somewhere, and I just barreled right past her and didn't even notice it. And I'm having horrible memory issues, so I don't remember her name now.
Peace.
See, like I can't confront her. You know, the dude said, you know, Halcyon needs to be the one that does something about it.
You wish to speak?
Secret of the Stronghold, Moonrise.
Miss it? Oh dear, no. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role. I'm just glad to be out here amidst the Oak Father's creations. There's all I help. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Precisely. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're just running in circles. So as much as we found the evidence, it's still too late to expose Kaga and do something about it. Alright, I'm delaying the inevitable. We don't have the greatsword. We probably just need to go take the boat. And let's do that. So there's a Underdark beach. There's a boat over here.
Blacket's will be done.
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
We're gonna sail into the darkness. Sorry, I should have let you watch the animation.
You! What are you doing on Gek's raft?
This is one of the funniest scenes. At least for me. There's one option that just cracks me up, and I can't ever choose another.
Where's Gek? Who are you?
So this guy's coming, asking me all these questions. Annoying as as all get out. You can control him via the parasite, and then he'll guide you into town, and you'll be peaceful. Nope. I'm pushing your ass in the water. Watch this, it's so funny. Wait. He's gone, he's dead for good. And now we gotta do a battle, which this is annoying because they can push us in the water and then we die. But I still very much enjoy the option that I just exercised. And yeah, we're gonna get some attacks in on these guys. Another nice advantage of not having a ground-based vehicle. Then that dude that did Mind Mastery, we gotta get her free. Alright, so we did
breeds madness. Objective noted.
That helped.
The craft is ready to sail.
Continue our journey. this whole area is called the Grim Forge, even though there is an actual forge here. It's like, you know, a temple that's built on top of the forge. Think of it that way. And the path to the Moonrise Towers is also here.
Whipping it ready, lass. Company's calling.
What do we got here? Dead hoon walking, seems like. Got any reason I shouldn't sever your head and toss it to the Rothe?
Another belligerent dwarf? This is getting tiresome.
That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The Duergar is not infected, yet your minds resonate.
I'll be. You ain't shitting. Felt the tingle. In that case, let's talk business. Your twat's old friend Nair caused a rockfall, trapped tighter than a hornet's arse.
Couple of known slaves stuck with him too. Little bastards.
You absolute shaggers owe us a crapload of coin. You want through? Make a donation. Unclog your hole. Just shitting around. But I'm warning you. That twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
Seems we'll have to free Nier before we can collect the bounty on his head. Might be worth talking to some of the gnome slaves. Before they're worked to death, that is.
Okay.
Let's move.
We did okay without having to have myself do any tricks. Alright, so somebody's drugging shrooms. And I would swear there was a note that said since this is split. So the Harpers were in here. I think that's what some of this meant. Oh, there's the better note. Slave Grub in the right, Rothchow on the left. Whoever screws up. So here you can see rotten fish over on the right. Oh, there's rotten stuff on the left as well. So they're not eating very well.
How much further can I go?
I couldn't figure out anything to do with those barrels. If you guys are aware, let me know. There's another teleporter. So let's talk map again. So we landed here and we're walking this way. So the map is actually 180 degrees from the direction we're facing. We're facing down even though it looks like we're going up. The ladder to the Moonrise Towers is just right here. It's just, you know, straight over and up. You could skip all this and just head straight to Act 2 if you wanted. I don't advise it, but you can. There's some kitchen area here, which is vastly unexplored, but you can break a few locks and get in there. There's some okay items, but there's some stuff you might need for quests back there. None of it's like super important, but it can help you with some of the smaller things. Down here is Nier, and then there's the slaves like we were talking about, and then the forge is way down here. Now, here's the interesting part. There's going to be like a area of temple here. You need to go up and then this way, and going this way will eventually lead you down to the forge, which is way down here. So this way gets you to near, takes care of all that. This is going to be some side quest stuff. This is just to get out of Dodge and go to Act 2. And then this here is going to unlock down here. I know it doesn't look like it, but it really will. It sort of goes up, over, and around. So now that I mentioned all that, going down their stairs and then up the stairs through that grated door, that's the Moonrise Tower. That's Act 2. If I go down the stairs and then to the left,
you wouldn't survive
this and this are locked doors.
10
This
day.
is the kitchen area.
Consistent. I'll give you that.
Down here, of course, is a guard, and there's some dead stuff along the way. So how do we want to go about this? Let's go this way first.
Dead drow publicly displayed. The Dwagar are sending a message.
Don't like strangers here. Absolute must have took you in. Caught him sniffing around. Easy marks. Had the stench of the Toplands. Hung them here as a warning. Ain't no one drugs with Clan Flameshade. Me? Who else? My spiders sussed them out of hiding, then Near taught them a thing or two, and I let them fly.
Then
Don't touch me.
Spiders.
Eager for battle. Amigos and lives.
Again, let's save.
Onward.
Things could go really south here.
Alas, time for chances.
I speak true, brothers. You know it in your hearts. You know it in your very souls.
We need no Lolth, no Spider Queen. Father Mermuth is the head of Clan Lur. He hatched us, raised us, feeds us.
What care we for his business here? He keeps us small, keeps us contained. We should be with the Spider Queen, revered, adored.
So we can see how the mutiny plays out. Probably not a good idea.
You've read that harming spiders is illegal among Lolth's faithful, and often punishable.
Father Mermuth is our past.
These spiders are loyal to the local Dwagar. In the event of a fight, they will join the fray against you, with slavering enthusiasm.
Xanta, is it so?
I've heard the very same. Come, brothers. Follow me into her hairy embrace.
Her embrace. We're ready. We follow.
Yes.
Nice. So we convince them.
Snitch. No one drugs with Clan Flameshade.
I mean, these guys are dead, and he's still jeering over them. We don't need to talk to them. This is great. There's a bunch of dead slaves and they're just throwing them into the water.
Let's show him. Nah, rockfall smashed them. Can't have them stinking up the place. The half that weren't crushed are digging the true soul out of the wreckage. You gotta be kidding. These trash don't have nothing on them but
rocks.
I've never passed this check.
You spot a shiny trinket on one of the corpses.
Slayed him. He's getting
Hey, what are you... Something caught your eye, eh? That's grand. I'd be willing to let you take it, too. For a mere pittance.
So, invisibility. Not an awful thing to have. How much does he want for it? 161. Since it's a ring, we have plenty of ring slots available at the moment. Oh, we're way over.
Tidy.
I was the wrong person to give that to. Alright,
Let anyone in
these
around
doors,
One step at a
these
time.
doors, we've got to get through those. These ones are open. Okay, it looks like there's nothing in here first. There's actually not quite a lot, but there's more than meets the eye.
That's curious.
Here's a little button. Press it, and right. We have some nice stuff, but these smoke powder satchels, they're not exactly what I'm looking for, but they're part of what will help me with the side quests. Like if I had them and nothing else, it's more than enough. But I know where to get the juicier stuff. And yeah, you can try to get over this. Alright, I'm going to stop here. Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.